Hey, my lovelies. I hope that you are all safe and I hope that you are all well. I'm just coming on to do the Witches Runes Facebook reveals for you this week. So, if you were drawn to Rune 1, we're going into the energy of Harvest. Harvest is a really cool rune when it shows. It's all about everything being at a stage where things are ready to materialize, things are ready to actually come good. All the hard work, all the groundwork, all the prep is done, and you've put, some real hard labor into what you've been sort of wanting to create, what you've been wanting to bring into fruition, what you've been wanting to bring into reality. This could be sort of small independent things. It could be sort of more larger escalated things. So it could be to do with like properties, jobs, career, work, finance, love, relationships. It could be anything. It could be some personal little independent things that you've been doing, but whatever the energies, however big or small the things are that you've been planning, that you've been creating, that you've been trying to bring into reality, now is the time for it all to come good. Now is the time for it to all be harvested. So it's like the crop is ready. You're allowed to take the rich pickings, if you like, from what you've been sort of putting your efforts, your dedications, just your energy into. So it's a really exciting time. Abundance, prosperity, emotional as well as material wealth await you. So this is a really happy time. This is a really positive time for you if you've been drawn to this. What's interesting as well is making me laugh because I've literally had a big card delivery turn up yesterday for my new cards. I'm literally now just waiting for the tins, and then those that have placed the orders can actually, they'll be able to go out in the post. So I'm nearly there now, guys. Like, fingers crossed the tins turn up soon, and then literally I'll be able to put it all together and send it out. So for me, I can see this rune as like, all of that backstory, all of that effort of what I've been putting my energy into to get those cards ready for release. I'm like nearly there, like the final little hurdle, and then they'll be ready to post out. So wherever harvest sits for you this week, if you've been drawn to this one, it's your time to just go for it, make it happen. No more setbacks, no more limitations. It's going to be amazing. Now then, guys, as we're moving into rune 2, we're going into the energy of romance. Romance is a really cool rune when it shows. It was all about the heart connection. So it's looking at the connections you hold and have with people around you. So it could be this week that there are some new connections that are going to be formed. There could be some new connections that are going to come good for you. It might be that you're in the process of, developing a relationship with somebody already, and maybe there's been a few hurdles, a few up and downs. And if that's the case, this rune is coming in to reconnect everything back together. This rune also is about self-love, self-care. So it could be as well for some of you, maybe there have been situations that have been quite compromising. They could have been quite taxing. They may have tested your patience. They may have really tested your own boundaries or your own disciplines of what you hold to self. So maybe for some of you, you're having to sort of retract back in and going to that self-care and make sure that that self-care is in place first before you welcome in and before you allow a new connection to be had. But as a rule, this rune is about kind of romance and love. Well, it is the rune of romance, but that's what it's called. But it's almost like love. The vibrations of love, the connections of love are coming in, and it's connecting energy together, both from yourself to yourself, because the best relationship at any point in time should always be from you to you. But once that's in place, instilling it into other areas. So if you're at a point where you're ready to welcome a new relationship into your life, be open-minded, be aware of connections that could come in. It could be that you're someone that's searching for your tribe of people. Maybe you don't feel like you've currently got people that are really on your wavelength. So it could be that sort of new friendships are going to blossom and going to grow. They might not lead into like a romantic setting, but sometimes we can love people in a non-sort of sexual way, can't we? That can just be sort of friends and just deep-rooted tribes of people that we just feel like are almost our spiritual family. So some of that might happen this week as well. So be aware of those connections crossing your path, because they're going to be cool, they're going to be interesting, and potentially they're going to be pretty fabulous. Now then, guys, not to put a dampener on it. There's always one rune, isn't there, that has to ruin it for everyone. Well, as if you've been drawn to rune 3, we're going into the Witch's Seath, otherwise known as the Witch's Blade. And this is the rune of protection. This is the rune of boundary setting. This is the rune of basically making sure that people, circumstances or situations are not taking the piss out of you, and they're not taking advantage of your good nature. So it could well be, if you've been drawn to this rune, that maybe you're having to instill a boundary. Maybe somebody has overstepped the mark. Maybe you're having to put like an immediate feeling of protection in place. And maybe things have felt a little bit overwhelming or a little bit aggressive recently. It could be for some of you that maybe you've reached a point where you're living a life that's become unsustainable and change has to happen. And maybe you've been, you know, cruising around the edges of something and now you literally just have to tackle it head on. Sometimes when this rune shows, there's like an immediate ending, or there's an awareness that you need to make a change. Something has to sort of, not necessarily break, but something has to just, you know, be sort of detached for something greater to come in. And we go through these stages in our life where all of us at some point in time will have to detach from things that no longer serve, that no longer work for us. It doesn't mean that it's always nasty. It doesn't mean that it's always bad. But this is definitely boundary setting. So if you know something compromises an aspect of your life, an aspect of how you choose to live, then this is allowing or saying don't accept it, don't tolerate it, don't put up with it, don't just accept that as your lot, because actually there could be so much more. But sometimes we deny ourselves kind of full accessibility to what we're truly meant to sort of receive, what we're truly meant to have, for fear of the unknown. So don't let the unknown, don't let the sort of changes that might have to happen off the back of this be a reason not to invest fully in self. If you know that there's a person, a circumstance, or a situation that's holding you back, that's limiting you, that's not giving you the truest experience that you're entitled to, then be brave enough to accept something more, to detach from this, send it away with love, do whatever needs to be done, but know that you're worth more than perhaps whatever that situation or circumstance or experience is about. So I'm going to leave it with you. I hope these make a little bit of sense. Stay well, stay safe, stay fabulous. Thank you so much for everyone that's supporting the deck. Like I say, I've got the cards now. I'm just literally waiting for the tins and I can put the decks together and get them sent out to where they need to go. So that's going to be amazing. Still time to get involved if you would like to purchase one. So drop me a message, let me know. Also, massive thank you to everybody that's buying tickets for the Foxy's Den night in Frome on the 11th of December, which is a Sunday. I've had a surge of tickets go in. So thank you so much if you're coming along to that. It's the last demo of the year. It's where the tour began and it's where the tour will finish. So I'm really, really excited to be bringing you guys that. And being that I'm a Fromie myself, I was obviously, well, you know, I used to grow up in Frome. So it's my hometown. So I'm really excited to be taking the tour back to my roots, as it were. So still time to be involved. I think I've got about 20 tickets left now for Foxy's Den. So if you want to come along to that, the link is on my website to purchase tickets direct. The tickets are digital. All you need is the order number and that will get you into the event. So fabulous. So I'm going to leave it with you. Stay safe, stay well, love and blessings. Have a great week, whatever you get up to. And I will catch up with some of you lovelies very soon. Bye for now.